Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more, 'cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's barre and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too, and many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice pianist string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. elenasbarre, elenasbarre, they're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. elenasbarre, elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression, so remember you take part at your own risk and your discretion. elenasbarre, elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Anita if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. elenasbarre, elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Gentlemen, you have so many godly women to choose from for marriage. Why don't you marry? Okay, let's look at these godly women. Men have 4 categories of women to choose from. The first one is a rigid feminist, also known as a run-through public whore or a single mom, who blames everything on men, who doesn't do anything for the benefit of men, who wants to destroy men, but yet get from men the princess treatment that she believes she deserves. The second category is a larping, virtue-signaling, traditional conservative trad wife, an attention-seeking church whore, who finally found Jesus and her second virginity after fucking around with the bad boys. Now she's a reformed whore, she quotes the Bible, and she blames everything on feminism, but she wants to keep all of the feminist benefits. She uses her boyfriend or her husband for clout to get more external attention and validation from things. And she tries to destroy her man by enslaving him into marriage that equals divorce with the current family law. The third category is Sandman, stay-at-home wife and mother, who uses her husband and kids to get more clout on social media and to get more attention from things. She still blames everything on feminism, but she keeps all of the feminist benefits, such as social media, automatic custody, alimony, and child support. She also refuses to do the mandatory paternity test. She controls her husband and she allows him to lead and to serve her. And if he fails in giving her the princess treatment that she believes she deserves, she abducts his kids and she takes him to the cleaners with a silver bullet divorce. And finally we have a unicorn. One of a kind, guys. She's only 1 to 2% of the world's female population, so good luck finding one. She's very rare. She usually marries young and she stays married. She's loyal to her husband, she submits to her husband in everything, without question. And she's not on social media, because she values her husband's and kids' well-being. She's a helpmate to her man, and she doesn't assign herself into this category. A dominant, rational, masculine man puts her there, not a team. And we already know that all of the women mentioned above think that they are a unicorn. These are the options men have today. It all sounds very depressing. Not all women are like that. Men should still get married. I agree with Pastor Kira. Yes, 100% agree with Pastor Kira. Me too. I agree with Pastor Kira. Of course you do. Hello, welcome everyone to elenasbarre and the Resurgence of Sanity. How are you doing, guys, today? Good.
Doing well.
Steve, now did you see the video?
I saw it now. That's pretty good.
You like it? Yeah, well, it matches what we've talked about, especially last time. Yeah, I did show you the formula of different categories of women, the steps that they take to get what they want. And yeah, today, guys, we have an interesting topic. We are talking about propaganda versus reality. And we will look into a couple of examples. Okay. So do you want to preface this, Steve? Say anything else?
I'll say something.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Nick can.
So, Lena, last time we took a long time to explore all these 4 categories and did a really good job in distilling it into short, bite-sized portions. So, great job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I really like this video. I was rewatching it. I sent it to my dad and he did laugh. I did have to translate it for him, and yeah, he really enjoyed it. But he said that I need to find, it's interesting that he brought it up. He said that I need to find a topic that is going to be more that will resonate more with other people. I'm like, Dad, this is the truth, Yeah.
This will resonate with men. Women won't like it.
Oh yes, for sure. Yeah. My dad Tacticus, my dad, he takes big parts in the red pill community too. He does send me some videos in Russian though that I occasionally share with you guys, because I don't actually watch the Russian red pill. Everything that you see Russian with translation, it comes from my dad. So yeah, he told me that it was satire. It was based on the truth, but a lot of people are not going to enjoy this video. And I've seen, based on statistics, the more work I put into these videos, people just like, they watch it, but they don't really like it. So it's fine. Yeah, people usually don't like the truth, and it's okay. Well, anyway. Let's get into the example.
Today's topic.
Mm-hmm.
What's it mean? Propaganda or reality?
Yeah.
Well, there's all kinds of videos out there of women talking about what they want in a man and promoting feminism. And basically, there's a big divide between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
The natural thing is you assume all these women are sincere.
Yeah.
Basically believe what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe. But we also know the internet is full of bots and propaganda and paid agents to promote an agenda and whatnot. Well, could it be that there are people out there who don't want the sexes, men and women, to come together and form families? They just don't want it. So they're promoting this division. So is it possible that some of these videos and things you see are bots or AI? Well, maybe. It's probably going to be a thing in the future as AI becomes more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But how many... Is this grass or is it astroturf? That's the question.
Yeah. I came across a couple of posts that I was showing to you last time on Wednesday, I think, after your show, and they were really suspicious. And then when you leave comments there telling something, you can see how they are tilting the narrative. They are adjusting the narrative to feed into what you are saying. This is very suspicious behavior. So usually with people, when you are talking to real people, what you expect is that they are promoting a certain narrative, right? Even if they are propagating something like pro-family, pro-kids, right, narrative, it's very hard to convince them with something that, you know, doesn't agree with that, because they believe that kids and the family are the best thing that ever happened, right? And they are really pushing that narrative. And then when you see people, and I'm going to show you an example of this, I left a comment saying that, look, marriage for men is not a good deal right now based on the pro-family LARP, you know, that they were pushing. And then they started pushing like a slightly different narrative. It just tells me that, okay, it could be not a person, it could be somebody else behind the keyboard, you know. So yeah,
You just don't know. You never know.
yeah, you never know. And then yeah, the red flags to watch out is the same format, repetitive, like they are saying slightly different messages maybe, but how they present this information matters. And then if it's the same format over and over and over again, like the picture of the same girl, you know, in different places, and then she's promoting some message there. Yeah, well, keep an eye on that, because you have to watch the content creator in progression, not just like, oh, this post I really like it, boom, and you send them a comment or you give them a like without watching historically what they've posted before. It's something that yeah, you can be misled by. Okay, so yeah, let's look into this. We will start with that one, and then we will look into my bullshit folder on Instagram. I have a lot of stuff there for you too. It's been accumulating. Whenever something pops up crazy, I just put it there. Our fertilizer folder, and yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, so right away, I'm going to share this profile with you guys, which I find suspicious. I showed it to the Resurgence guys on Wednesday. Hold on, now I can't find where we are. I asked my husband to set up two screens, and I still have one. Okay, now I can't see you guys.
Oh, typical woman.
Wait.
Blame her problems on the man.
Yes, hold on. I'll stop sharing for a moment.
How's the
because
toaster working out?
Oh, the toaster is... Oh, gosh, don't remind me, Nick. Why? In the morning. I haven't even eaten yet. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, one more time. Second attempt. Let's do this. Anyway, I don't think I'll be able to do it. It doesn't want to show. What's going on? Okay, here, share screen. How do I? Okay, here is your account. Okay, her name is Caroline Gosling. It says that she's 24 years old from Germany. Not gay. Okay, and okay, let me go back. Where is it? I'm going to struggle with this one today, guys. Okay, let's look at the type of content that she posts. Okay. Okay, so here. Okay, so here she says, if my son thought he was trans, I have failed as a parent. And then she puts a picture of herself here. Okay, fine. One you could close your eyes on. Okay, then she criticizes. She's kind of following my well, because I don't know. I don't know who this person is. Okay. So see, maybe we talked about it, and then she adjusted your format a little bit. Okay, so and then she really criticizes feminism. Okay, so I'm allergic to feminism. the world's greatest men were at least a little misogynistic. La la la. Okay. Then what happened to all of her pictures that she used to post before? Ah, here you go. Okay, here they are. If you want to have an amazing life as a woman, ditch feminism and become misogynistic. So she's pro latest trend that is socially acceptable right now. People are talking about it, right? Women are like rough men. And then here is another one. If you are a man and you voted for Kamala Harris, you are okay. Well, she does share occasionally somebody else's posts to make it less suspicious, but whenever she posts something, it's mostly like her pictures here. A girl can ask her man to be perfect, but be offended when he asks her to lose weight. So basically, like kind of like LARPing red pill talking points, right? And then she puts her pictures again. It's like whenever. Okay. Yeah, she does write occasionally, but it's mostly like here, okay, hot take. Movies today suck because they forgot to be misogynistic and became feminist. Like, and she posts a picture of herself, like everywhere, okay? A woman takes the man's name in marriage because she belongs to him from this point onwards. It's ownership, but this also comes with his protection and love. And then again, here you go. So here, the Bible is misogynistic. That is why the Bible is true. So basically, whatever is misogynistic is true. Your narrative, right? The best women today are former feminists. They realize the evil and satanic teachings of feminism. It's everywhere. So finding a woman who is not influenced by it is impossible. But some women realize misogyny is not a problem. Feminism is. These are the only real conservative women. And of course, she puts a picture of herself. So whenever she posts like something conservative, or okay, the reason most of these trad influencer women are homewreckers, whores, is they are still feminists and do not understand the misogyny. Like, what? Why is she so obsessed with misogyny? I just don't get it. Okay. Then here, women flexing how much they work is a massive red flag to a man's natural biology. A man's soul wants to hear how you are able to be his and how you can be his wife and future mother to children, not how you can please the men who pay your salary. And then she puts again, like, guys, do you see a pattern here? I mean, am I overthinking it? Like, look, men are simple to please. If he's out cheating on you, it's most likely your fault for not fulfilling your duties as a woman. And then she puts herself, and I mean, she's not bad looking, right?
A meme. She's doing the meme that women do. Here's the subject they're talking about, but here I'm going to put myself right in the middle of it, so it's really about me. But
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I actually agree with pretty much what she's saying, but okay, it could be a large.
I got a
could not be a
question.
Well, this
large.
is
Who knows? It could be a man behind the account. I don't know.
If she has a persona or a brand image as a perfect woman, says all these wonderful things that, oh man, she's the unicorn. I found her. Okay. If she is too perfect, is she real?
Yeah. This is what
then my
I'm
next
questioning
question.
here.
If she's 25 and oh so perfect,
why isn't she married?
why is she still advertising? And where is her man?
Yep. Great question, Steve. So yeah, and it goes on and on and on. Women are not equal to men. Oh, this is a very popular narrative, by the way. Red pill guys, don't get bamboozled by this one. It feeds to the feminist agenda, the feminist primary. that women and men are not the same, and they are willing to take this point and take you to the cleaners with it, because it's like, okay, even the
Okay.
threat wives, they say that the saham stay-at-home moms, yeah, because a man is the provider, he's supposed to do all of that, and then they will quote the Bible, they will point at the Bible where you failed and how you're supposed to take care of them, you know.
Now let's scroll up a little bit so we can see the full image there. No, down, I mean.
Oh, down, okay.
Okay.
Well, and
oh,
see,
hold on. Okay.
okay, uh-huh.
Right there. So take a look at her. She's obviously a beautiful woman. Very nice complexion. She's thin. Oh, she's got wonderful long hair. She's dressed very sophisticated. And then in this picture, oh, she's wearing a short dress, but then a coat, but she has to pose herself so it shows her leg showing between the gap of the coat. Okay, so if she is so wonderful, traditional, why is she always looking sophisticated, boss babe look instead of down to earth girl next door look? So something is off here.
Yeah.
She is full of herself about her beauty, and she's always posting these glamour pics, but then promoting traditional values. But then the fact that she's doing this and wants to be seen, it's basically advertising. So I don't think the whole thing really adds up here. Now, could it be propaganda? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the beta simps are out there. Oh, man, I just want a woman like that. I wish I knew where to find one. So it's demoralizing to the men because they think women like this actually exist.
Yeah,
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either. I even didn't want to bring up that unicorn category because it kind of gives the false impression that those women are out there. Yeah, and look, she's wearing an engagement ring, or what is it? But she's still advertising. I don't know, maybe she put it just for the image. It's on the left hand. So yeah, it's her. This is where your engagement ring usually goes. And she reveals in just enough skin to get a pass from the traditional conservatives. So she's not like an OnlyFans girl, okay? She does look different from an OnlyFans girl, for sure. But she still does soft porn, let's say, revealing just enough skin to get attention. Yeah, and here's another one. Feminism normalized the thought that it's normal for a woman to work. It's not. And see, they always say that, well, ladies, you already don't want to work. They don't say it, but you have to understand why they are doing it. They already don't want to work 9-to-5 job. So they're like, yeah, just double down on your femininity, feel your feminine energy, let the men do all of the hard work, and you will be just stay-at-home mom. Completely disregarding the fact that our society is designed to maintain two family income. It's very hard to afford a family on a single income because women, for the most part, are in the workforce. And without changing the family law in men's favor, I just don't know how. I don't see how it's going to work out. Okay, because right now they just want to enslave men even more. They say, well, we want to be stay-at-home moms, but the law is on our side. Of course, they don't mention it ever. They don't talk about the family law and all of the feminist benefits that they get. They criticize feminism, right? But they don't want to give up their power and control. They don't want to give up their automatic custody, alimony, child support. They don't want to change the family law in favor of men. And then they say, well, you stay at home, the husband will take care of you, right? And you can divorce him at any moment. They don't say it because it would contradict their narrative, that their agenda that they're trying to push. So they will never say that. But the reality is that if you wife her up, she can destroy you at any moment because the laws are on her side. And then, yeah, you just stay home. Somebody shared the statistics on divorce rates. The worst divorces happen with the stay-at-home moms who think like her, that yes, feminism is evil. Okay, let's
on,
normalize women staying at home.
I need to correct you there.
Okay.
There are no statistics on that.
Well, they were based on cases. A few lawyers actually did say that divorces happen with the stay-at-home
Yes,
moms.
okay. Yes, I agree. And Dr. David Edgington also said that.
Mhm.
Rich Cooper says that. We say that. Lawyers say that. None of that is statistics. It's all anecdotal evidence. So don't say it's statistics. We don't have statistics that prove that to be the case. It's just observations by many people, which is not statistics.
Well, it's because it's not being researched, if they...
Of course. So it's impossible to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. What do you think, Nick?
These things happen. How much it happens, per marriage, per special category is very hard to measure.
It's a qualitative observation. It has not been quantized. We don't know what the rate.
Well, Steve, it's still
nasty
data.
Divorces.
Just because it's qualitative, it's still data. Because in statistics, there are different kinds of statistics and data.
Well, yeah, it's
just
still
because
not
nobody has come up, like
data.
Nobody has calculated it, it's still data.
It's still data, but it's not statistics.
Data is part of statistics, Steve.
He's right.
What?
He's right. If Plutarch were here,
statistics means an analysis of the data to come up with percentages and classifications and all that. We can't do that. We cannot do any statistics to analyze the data because it's an observation. It's a trend. It's a thing that's happening. We have no idea whether it's really the Christian women who have who do the nastiest divorce tactics, or it's women who've had abortions who do that, or feminist women, or stay-at-home moms. We have no idea what the statistics are of percentages of those. My observation is, stay-at-home moms. Yes, overtly religious women tend to throw men under the bus more, use a silver bullet divorce. Yes, there's some correlation with BPD, NPD, cluster B personality disorders. Yes, there is a gold digger mentality in there. There's a lack of moral formation. Oh, what's the correlation between whether they were raised under a good raised by a good father? We have no idea, but there are correlations. We just have no statistics.
Well, Steve, we do have some statistics. We can connect the dots based on the statistics that we have. I suggest that the psychologists, instead of spreading more bullshit for women, about feminine energies and all of that crap, go study this field. Okay, you might be surprised, because if you start summarizing and analyzing all of the data, we have data on divorce rates. We have data on the how many kids are being raised roughly in single family households. I sent you a bunch of data to the private chat. Based on that, we can kind of connect the dots. I mean, it won't be official statistics, but then, like, who cares? It's still based on observations. It's still relevant data. It's based on people's experience. And when there are statistically a statistically significant number of men who are going through this shit, I mean, like, how can you ignore this? Just because there is no official statistics, the Pew Research didn't publish it, or somebody else didn't come to this
But
conclusion.
we're not ignoring it. We're just saying it hasn't been formally studied, as in the other aspects. So
Well,
we
it
can't
should be
come up
studied.
Oh,
with an
and you're
official
saying,
statistic. It
oh,
should be. Sure,
it should be.
but it isn't.
And you're saying, oh, they should study this. They might be surprised. No, they won't be surprised. They already know the truth. They don't want this truth getting out there.
Exactly.
So they're not going to study it. The government
Well,
is not going to fund this. They do not want this quantified.
I don't care. Then we can do the qualitative analysis, connect the dots, and present it to people because it needs to get out. You can't suppress the information like that. People eventually will figure it out. They're just delaying, you know, and there are enough men whose lives have been wrecked and destroyed by stay-at-home moms, by all of this virtue signaling, traditional conservative women. If they actually want to solve the problem, they would be researching this. They would be studying. If they actually want to increase the birth rates and bring the families together, they would be studying this.
Yes,
Because
since they
it's all
don't,
connected.
since they don't want what you just said, they don't actually want that, they're not studying it. And whoever cares if a man gets destroyed? Society doesn't care.
Yeah.
We throw men into war. Oh, they get killed. Oh, they were an honorable man. It was just necessary to protect our country. We don't really care. Oh, they came back from war and they lost their wife. Oh, they took their own life. Yeah, where is the outrage over that? We, as a society, do not care about men's lives and men's hardship. Oh, in the church, there are plenty of examples of men who have been through a divorce and were taken to the cleaners. Does the church care? Nick, does the church care?
No. The church does not.
Nobody cares about the hardships and death of a man. No one cares.
Well, I think it's based on this narrative that's been pushed for multiple generations now. That and I was reading a book about hormones actually. This is Your Brain on Birth Control. This is the book that I've been reading. And she was saying there that eggs are expensive, sperm is cheap from like the biological standpoint. But then I was wondering, you know, and then this is what I asked you in the chat, but how can it be if in the eyes of God, both men and women are equal, right? I mean, men come with more authority, but
Hold on.
like how?
Hold on. Stop saying that. Say it this way. Men and women are equal in dignity.
Okay.
In everything else, they're unequal. Just you don't have to say that unequal part. But don't say men and women are equal. They're not equal. They are equal in dignity and in their value to God. They have different roles, just like an apple and a banana are two fruits. And you like both of them, but they're not equal.
Okay. So, yeah, the narrative I notice that is being pushed also by the medical institutions that the egg is expensive, right? The sperm is cheap. Therefore, everything, all of the other institutions are circulating around that idea. So men are superfluous, men are replaceable, just because the sperm is cheap. But without the sperm, the eggs can't be fertilized.
This goes way back, hundreds, maybe thousands of years. You can send the men off to war. And if 50% of them get killed, don't come back, you can still populate because one man can fertilize 2 or 3 women. Mm-hmm. Therefore, Yes, you can destroy a whole bunch of men and still, as a society, reproduce. If you destroy your incubators, and you only have half as many incubators, ooh, you got problems as a society now. Okay, you can bring the same belief, structure, truth, and apply it to eggs and sperm and describe it that way. But it's just describing a reality that existed before mankind even developed the medical understanding to know there's eggs and sperm.
So technically, based on that logic, we don't actually need that many women to reproduce.
We do. They're incubators. We need lots of incubators.
We need lots of incubators. Oh yeah, okay. Well, we could have fewer men then, right? Fewer men.
Right.
To
And we, you know what? Incubators are so valuable. They need to be used as incubators and not put into other roles. You know, let's
Yeah,
take
but,
half our incubators and have them doing other things. That's really smart.
Well, this is what is happening right now. Women are pursuing their careers. They're in the workforce. They don't want. Okay, they want to be the incubators when they face the wall, when there are no other options available for them, right? So they waste themselves young, and then suddenly they realize, well, I'd better find myself a providing husband to be used as an incubator because I need kids. I can take more leverage from men. Look, I would think about women otherwise if the laws were not on their side all the time. You know, like let's say we didn't have the alimony, the child support, the custody that women were getting. Then I would look at it and say, well, yeah, maybe she does want to be a mother. But now I look at everything that women do, analyzing their behavior on social media. I can't come to that same conclusion that she genuinely wants to have kids because she wants to have kids, right? Because she wants to be a mother. She's just looking for another leverage so she can't pursue her career anymore because she is getting old and wrinkly. Nobody wants her in the porn industry, let's say. And now she needs to consolidate on a decent guy who would fund her lifestyle. And what's her next step? Oh, okay, it's going to be kids. So now I'm going to have kids. I wasted myself. Now what else is there, you know? Now I want to be a mother. And it so happens to fit into the social pro-family, pro-kids propaganda right now. You know, everyone is really pushing it. If they were more concerned about actually having more kids and women staying out of the workforce, they would be changing laws. And it's something that you guys talked about on Wednesday. I did watch your live stream from the beginning. Yeah, since that doesn't happen, I just don't see how are they expecting to solve this problem. They don't do anything to solve it. No, they just want to propagate. We will propagate women into wifing up, into being wives, into having kids. Yeah, they might convince a couple of attention-seeking women who will use their kids for clout, who will capitalize on it, on this grift.
If they wanted to solve the problem, they would solve the problem. They don't want to solve the problem. That's why nothing changes. Oh, they pay lip service to solving the problem. But they don't want the problem solved because don't pay attention to what they're saying. Watch what they're doing.
What they are doing, exactly.
And it's not the women who are opposing this. The men could easily just say, okay, we've seen where this goes. New laws. This is the way it's going to be. Whine all you want, but this is the way it is. So the powers that be, call it politicians, call it the foundations, the global elite, whoever you want to say is really controlling the strings, they don't want it to happen, so it's not happening. People study the decline in population. They know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And they know the slope we're on. And they know how dire it is. Therefore, you have to conclude the outcome that we're headed towards is the one they want, because they're not changing anything to change the outcome.
Exactly. So in this case, this is why we keep saying to men, don't get married and don't have children.
Because you can't solve the problem by having more children. You
It
really
doesn't
can't.
solve the problem. Mm-hmm.
You
The
are
problem
just
remains.
putting yourself in harm's way.
Yeah.
The little Dutch boy with his finger in the dike. Oh, damn, there's a big crack over there. When that crack lets go, your finger and your whole body is going to be swept downstream. So don't bother plugging the holes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they want.
There's really, look, men, like this guy put this in the chat. Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
men went to war to be rewarded with land, wife, and children. They pay lip service and say, yeah, you can have land, wife, and children, except you can't afford anything. Your job doesn't pay enough. Inflation. Oh, by the way, you might have a wife for a time. You might have kids for a time until she, if and when she presses the detonator, and boom, it's all over. You've lost your land, lost your family. Um, what's the point?
Yeah. Until the laws change, at least, the family law changes in men's favor, where the custody for kids goes to the man. It's only historical, nothing new there. Where a man has authority over his kids, how his kids are being raised, where a wife doesn't get paid if she wants to leave her man. Like I don't see, if I were a man, I would stay single, guys. There is no point in getting married. You will get ruined. Marriage equals divorce today with the current system, and women are on board with it because this is more power for women, right? And this is how the government really tricks women into thinking that, okay, well, first we give you the power, right? We give you the control, the illusion, like, of the power and control that you have over a man. And because it's basically female nature was used against women. Women's drive for power and control and dominance, we saw it in the Genesis 3 with Eve, right? And right now it's just more amplified. It's used on all women, right? Here,
Right. And a lot
lady.
of these women, a lot of them, they'll get married. They don't plan on getting divorced, but well, those feelings are
Well,
fickle and they change over time. And oh, wow, I can get with this other guy and there's still no consequences. I could blow up my marriage if she starts looking in a different direction or is not satisfied. And all of a sudden, she might
exactly.
not have had those plans, but now she can go through with them with no consequence, but with cash and prizes.
Oh, female feelings and thoughts are based on their unstable hormones. Their hormones change after giving birth. Female entire body's psychology, physiology, chemistry, everything changes. So the man that she married, she may not view him as the same man after giving birth, and then, like, empowering her and telling her, yes, you can leave him at any moment. You
Hey,
may
Nick.
not say it publicly, but when the legal structure supports her decision to leave this guy, what do you think is going to happen the moment she's not happy?
Okay, I'm going to develop this a little bit. There's one man in the entire world that can change the course of this. And there are about 250 men in the US to implement it. System is already set up. First of all, I need to ask Nick something. In general, Nick, what percentage of the US population is Catholic?
Oh, he's gonna go. I know where he's going. That's sly. That was sly. Okay. That's probably what, a third or a
Okay,
40%.
let's just
I
say
could be wrong.
30%.
Uh,
Okay, so it, the Pope says, okay, enough of this. You know, the church, I'm going to assign the resources instead of supporting immigration. We're assigning resources to get in and intervene in divorces. And we're going to put out the message that children belong to the men, and that we're going to be in the courts when there's a divorce. We're going to be in there and have people that support and advocate for the father, because he is the authority, and the children. We are going to intervene in this. And, who implements it? The bishops in every diocese. And there's what, 250, maybe 300 dioceses in the US, something like that. You have the structure in place. Okay, they're not doing that. What are they doing instead? Oh, we had Pope Benedict the 16th, who said, oh, yeah, okay, we're opening it up. You can have the Novus Ordo Mass and you can have the traditional Latin Mass. And so there was a proliferation of traditional Latin Masses, and conservative people, traditional people, went to those. And if you went, it was growing, great guts, still is. And what did you see in that church? You saw young married people with lots of children. What did Francis do? Okay, no, we're not doing that Latin Mass stuff. We need unity. So we're going to quash that. And then Pope Leo is going on the same thing. What did the Bishop of Charlotte, I think? He actually banned kneelers, and he says you can't do any of that traditional stuff in your church anymore. And the traditional stuff happens to correlate with people having more children. So these men could make a change. And if a third of the country changes, the Catholic Church changes, it's going to affect the rest. And if the Catholic Church actually had this environment, men who wanted a solid family would actually say, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to become Catholic because I want that. Right or wrong. I'm not saying that, anything like that, right or wrong. I'm just saying you change a third of the country and you start enforcing things, it's going to trickle down, and you're setting an example. You can actually change something, and things don't change everywhere all at once. You have to make one change and move it that way. But instead of moving it towards having more kids and supporting families, they're actually making subtle decisions to quash that.
Well, publicly, it appears as if they are promoting families. And like I said, propaganda, guys, you have to be very careful, because it's usually only verbal, right? And there are no actions that support it. And look, if what is feminism, right? I see so many people are criticizing feminism. Oh, feminism is evil, feminism is bad. And like, look, I agree with you
It is.
100%. But it's
Yeah.
not only verbal propaganda. There were laws in place to allow women to behave that way, to ruin their own families, to empower them to go to the workforce and all of that. They allow women to vote even, right?
Right.
So it's the action upon the propaganda, so when now I see essentially the same propaganda floating on social media promoting families and children, what is supporting that propaganda? When the laws remain the same, nothing changes. It's just useless. It's useless. It's a waste of time. You won't change female behavior, because women only learn when there are consequences to their bad actions, immediate consequences. Like she gets punished right away.
It's a lack of male leadership. to impose the proper solution. Now, do they want the solution to happen?
I don't think
They're
so.
not taking any measures to make it happen. I'm assuming they pay lip service to the solution, but they do nothing. Therefore, are they an ally or an enemy?
That's a good question, isn't it? We say no enemy to the right, but it looks like all they do is just talk, and nothing gets done, nothing gets solved. They think that if they talk men and women into marriage and having more children, the children will show up. And essentially what they tell us is they don't care enough about men's lives. They don't care that men will get destroyed in the divorce court, and by destroying the men they are also destroying the kids. So what they tell us when the all emphasis is, but we are going to go extinct, oh my goodness, there will be no more people on this planet. They are so scared. They don't see that because the men's lives get destroyed, the kids' lives get destroyed. People are not going to have kids in general. You might increase the birth rates, and we saw it with the Soviets. They tried to venerate the mothers, promoting all of the traditional family values and everything. All it did is just temporarily increase the birth rates among the attention-seeking women, and then the birth rates collapsed again. If it was going to succeed, if this communist tactic was going to succeed, we would have seen it in the chart of Russian demographics. We don't see it, okay? It didn't succeed anywhere. And it's not going to succeed here either. Because in addition to propagating, I'm not against family. I'm not against the idea of having a family and having children. But I also realize that it takes more than just, well, you guys wife up this horse, and then we are not going to solve the problem. Oh, well, you wife up, and then 20 years from now, we will fix it for you. Or we will fix it sometime in the future. And sometime in the future, in the meanwhile, men's lives get destroyed. Men have zero authority over their kids. It's just like, yeah, you enslave yourself to feed somebody else's agenda and narrative of pushing the birth rates further. It's just crazy.
Yep, it is crazy.
Yep.
I've concluded it's happening by design.
Yeah. Well, let's look into, we are done with that lady. Be careful, guys. See very repetitive content, even if she says certain things that resonate, especially the certain red pill talking points. As men become more aware, women will start adopting some of those tactics and the things that we say. And that girl probably follows partly, at least, our content, because I've seen some similarities in what she's saying with what we are saying. But it's like all of the presentation and all of that, be very careful, okay?
But yeah, it might not actually be our content. It might be red pill content.
Red pill in general.
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
We are probably not that important.
Yeah,
in the big picture.
Well, I did leave a couple of comments for her. So, and then immediately after, I noticed like she posted something that I was saying, and I'm like, damn, like you are really that easily convinced, which tells me that you don't actually care about what you're saying. You're just saying it for the sake of saying, and you just want clout and attention if that's your goal. But it could be, like Tacticus said, could be, here, another comment from Tacticus. Threadcon, signaling LARP plausible, and whoever is behind the account can be farming for sponsors, etc. Yeah, it could be that too. Yeah, we don't know. So be very careful. Pay attention to how they present it. Yeah, okay, and here is another one from Tacticus. It depends on what you define family as and how you desire family to function in society and culture. Yeah. Well, like, and this is the problem. I think that, like, superficially, they all they do is just like post more pictures, post more cute videos of their kids and families, just to show to everyone, well, look, this is the emphasis, this is what we want, we do it, you do it too, and and some men will do it, don't get me wrong, but then they will be destroyed, because nothing restrains a woman, nothing, not social media right now. If women wanted kids, okay, if women wanted kids, guys, here is a shit test, a big shit test for women. You want to have a family, you want to have kids, get off social media. Get off social media? No, you can't have social media. No, you just stay at home. If your true desire is for having kids and a family, and maybe some women will implement it, I don't know, like they find a husband and then they get off social media. This is okay, social media is how they advertise, right? I don't think it's good. I don't think this is how it should be, but who cares about my opinion? Some women will do it, they'll find a husband and maybe they will remove social media because they will be with the families, they will be helping their husbands raising kids, and fine, okay. But like, most women,
The
like, do
chamber's
you think,
only half full.
what do you say, Nick?
The chambers are only half full.
Yeah.
You can spin it around and hold it against your face and see what happens. Don't actually do that, but it's representative of what happens in marriage. It's Russian roulette, except with half the chambers full.
So I just learned something.
Oh, Steve wants. Okay, go ahead. I'll bring this comment up.
40, 50 years ago, why did the train stations in New Jersey have small parking lots? Gee, people in New Jersey got on the train, and took the train to New York City to their jobs. How the hell did they have small parking lots? It was simple. Families had one car. The wife stayed at home, and she would get up with him and drive him to the train station in the morning and drop him off and pick him up every night. They didn't need parking lots. They didn't need two cars. She was a stay-at-home traditional, as traditional as they come back then. Okay, what happened? Fast forward to today. Okay, now, dual income families. No wife is going to drive her husband to the train station. He's going to drive his own car and he's going to park it there. Plus, she has a job too. So now she might have to drive to the train station. Their schedules are different. They're not going to ride together. They're not going to coordinate. So now you need huge parking lots for all this. And now people are, okay, you're spending money on something. And that cost a lot of money to build that stuff. We had a working system before where the man worked and the wife stayed at home. They didn't need two cars. You didn't have to have high tax rates to build all those damn parking lots. You didn't need a big house with a 2-stall garage. It just worked. Well, now, these subtle, small changes, when you promote women to work and promote other things, all of a sudden, it changes society. And it changes the nature of marriage.
Yeah.
So what is the propaganda doing? Is it moving back to bring things under control and say, we don't need to do it that way? Or is it promoting more innovations, more new things? Well, if it's promoting more new things, there's money to be made there. When you spend money, there's money to be made. So do they want, people are making money off of spending money to solve the problem that never gets solved.
Exactly. Yeah. This is what I was just thinking. Yeah, if they don't solve the problem, because once you solve it, you can't make money anymore of this problem because it's solved, right? Yeah, they don't actually want to solve the problem, but they will come up with new ways to make more money and to convince people to do silly things that will superficially look good. They will market it. They are good at marketing it, you know?
Here's another example that's been brought up many times. What makes you more money? Fighting to end abortion or ending abortion?
Fighting, of course. It's like fight against terrorism, was it? Or fight against drugs and alcohol. Yeah. Same thing, guys. Same thing. Like fighting against feminism now. Right now, they are fighting against feminism, and they can never end it. Okay, let's look one video. Okay, I want to bring up these comments because there was something that Steve shared with us. Steve, do you remember you shared
Yes.
the article? And here, a guy says, there are no laws against cheating on your partner. Well, they actually are, or they are working on it.
No.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying I'm kind of prefacing it for your show, for the Wednesday show. So
No, we're not going to do it on that.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to talk about.
No, we're reviewing Aaron Clary's new book.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, maybe next.
So
after the next.
here's the
week.
story. In the governor race in Florida, there's a guy Fishbach, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He is promoting, and part of his platform is to change the divorce laws. So when a spouse cheats, and it's proven, that spouse gets no financial gain from the marriage and loses all contact and custody with the children.
What a great narrative, Steve! Don't you think women are going to buy into this one?
Wonderful. I think this is totally horseshit. I mean, the trads are going to get all aboard on this.
Of course they will.
Women are very adept at hiding what they do. And the two things have no correlation. Just because somebody cheats does not mean they should lose all access to their children. Yes, there should be financial repercussions, but the penalties, we know this by law, in laws. When a woman commits a crime, her penalty or sentence is about a third of what it is when a man commits the law, breaks the law. So you can pass this, and I'm saying, holy shit, this is going to be interpreted to hurt men. It's going to be against the men. And I'm not saying it's because men cheat more than women. I don't think that's true.
Well, okay, how I view it, and I shared it with you guys, all she needs to prove in that case that her man is watching porn. Easy enough to do. You restrain your husband from sex. You don't fuck him. And then one day you find out he watches porn. You know? And then you just accuse him of cheating. And then she gets everything. She gets the kids because, right? All of the assets go to her. And she gets the house, you know, and other things that they own. Yeah, it will be used against men, absolutely. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, they will find a way. They will find a way to use it against men. Mm-hmm. And it's easy enough to do right now when women are not being restrained. See, they are working not on how to restrain women. This is how we know that they don't want to solve the problem. They are working on various ways how they can punish more men. They don't present it that way. You have to turn the second order thinking to connect the dots there, right? But this is essentially what they are doing.
Well, what's the next thing you got?
Okay, the next thing I have for you guys, we will have fun. Now we are moving to my bullshit folder, okay? And there are a lot of things there to watch, so I will pick a couple. I'll let you decide, okay? So, okay. Oh, this Russian post, the guy is saying that there is a space only for women, where if a woman has a child and it's a male child, it's a boy, they kick you out of the community. I think it's somewhere in the US, in Oregon. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if this guy is wrong. He speaks Russian there. So, yeah. Well, okay. Let's look at this one. So I have a few lawyers here. I'm trying to find. Oh, what are these ones doing? Hold on. Is it bullshit folder? Oh, it's all posts. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Here. I have a separate folder. Here you go. I was like, okay, I see Donovan Sharp there. I wouldn't put him into bullshit folder. Okay, here you go. Let's see. She was saying something about feminism, so let's do this. She pops up a lot on my feed. Well, let's look at this one. I left a comment for her for this one, I think.
Must destroy feminism once and for all. Feminism convinced women that if they're successful, dominant, and independent, they are going to gain more value. No wonder so many high-achieving women feel that the more successful and intelligent I am, the harder it is to find a good man. I'm sorry, but no, that's wrong. It's not harder to meet good men. It's that most of you keep believing that the most valuable thing about you is your intelligence, your dominance, and your independence. But that's not the case. Strong men, the ones who want to provide for you and bring you peace and love and give all of them to you, they don't find any of those qualities attractive at all. No, they do not envy you. No, they're not insecure. They just don't want to be with somebody who carries the same masculine energy and traits that they already have. When you lead with masculine traits, you do not attract strong men. You attract a different kind of man. You attract a man that wants a second mom, a man who wants to be led, a man who is passive and calls it, I just go with the flow, a man who wants to live within your frame. Avoid those men and fast because they are broken. Good men, on the other hand, the real ones, they already have intellect, independence, structure, and empires that they have built. And what are they looking for? Someone to pour into, someone to protect and cherish, not a competitor to battle over who's smarter or who's more dominant. If a man wants to give his all to his woman, it's not to prove that he's better than her. It's because he wants to lead her into something beautiful. Feminism sold you the biggest bullshit lie. Be more like a man to win. But the truth is, my ladies, masculine men crave and desire feminine energy, which is graceful, receptive, warm, and soft. They don't crave another boss in the bedroom or the house. So drop the nonsense, embrace what actually draws in masculine men, because the right man doesn't want to fight you for the throne. He wants to build one with you by his side, not against him. So ask yourself, are you chasing value through dominance, or are you ready to attract a real man through your femininity? Women must destroy feminism once and for all.
Well, okay, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, guess I agree. But is feminism the problem? Everybody in the red pill and in the world and in the trad kinds think feminism is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yet the red pill says women are followers, not natural leaders. And yet we're expecting women to change so the world can be fixed. Maybe feminism, the whole idea of feminism is propaganda to empower women to take this persona, but it's those that are actually the non-women who are promoting the feminist agenda that are the real culprits here. I'm just floating out an idea here. Is it the women who have destroyed our society and led us to where we're at? Is it the women just got bad all of a sudden? Or is it actually by design of the powers that be setting us on a course and creating the environment for this to happen? I mean, we need leaders in society. Is it the leaders that are allowing this and actually quietly promoting this to happen while paying lip service to fixing the problem?
Like what we said on Wednesday, most of these women they're not the big leaders behind feminism. They're just the on the ground soldiers of feminism. Yeah, they are contributing to the destruction of society and families, but they're probably not the brains behind it. They're not the ones funding it. They're not the ones profiting off of it. Once you start seeing who profits off of it, then you start getting into dangerous territory and realizing who's pulling the strings.
We talked about the signal groups that are set up, and were set up in Minneapolis. Who was it that exposed? There was some guy that exposed that on Twitter. The signal groups. They had back and forth and license plate checkers and people on the ground. Was it women who set up that sophisticated control communications network? Do you really think so?
Oh,
No,
women-
somebody paid for it, and it was tech nerds, men, that set up, and it is nationwide. In every big city, in every state, they have these signal groups. We talked about it. Plutarch brought up the data.
Mhm.
It's not women who are creating this. The women are the foot soldiers.
So you're saying that men stand behind feminism?
Yes, I am. How did it work in the Soviet Union?
Hmm.
Kolintide.
Oh, Colantine, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, she implemented a lot of it. Oh, and she was a true believer in the Bolshevism. I believe she was also of Jewish heritage. But she didn't lead the country. She was given that task. She reported to, I believe she reported to Lenin.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she promoted feminism and high abortion rates and all that. And then what happened? The Soviet Union said, oh my God, people are not having babies. Our society depends on having children because we might have to fight wars and shit. So then the leadership put the kibosh on all the abortions and curtailed women's rights. And it came from the top. Women didn't change. The leadership said, nope, enough of this. And they changed. And then the birth rate went up.
Well, and like I said, like she thinks that women will solve it. She says that women need to conquer feminism or something like that, right? Women can't. Women can't do it.
Yeah, this is the same thing we're dealing with in the church right now. It's like trying to promote these women to destroy feminism. Like, so you're trying to destroy feminism with feminism. Good
With
luck.
feminism, exactly. Yeah.
It's best as a man, never, ever look to female leadership to solve anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As if it's just, And look, it will work on beta sims. I'm telling you guys, it's women are going to use all of these tactics that she's suggesting. They will work on sims, and her husband is a simp too. Okay, let's watch a couple more. Let's watch this one. Okay, I kind of like this one by her. I'll just scroll down and we'll watch this one.
I have a confession to make. I, just like many women, are attracted to bad boys. Yes, I said it, but here's the part that nobody expects. We women are obsessed with bad boys who are good to us. Example, my husband. What does this even mean? He has a mission in life, something way bigger than just chasing me. His drive, it makes him mysterious, deep, and honestly, insanely hot. He is unpredictable in the best way, surprises me with spontaneous dates, and keeps me guessing always. He also keeps me excited because I know other girls notice him too, but he chooses me. And that's the magic. He is loyal to his core, protects me fiercely, makes me feel safe and cherished, not small or controlled. And he lifts me up with amazing energy every single day. And he's not dominant in a negative way. So no, I don't want a nice guy who's safe and predictable. And I definitely don't want a toxic guy who plays games and screws with my emotions every single day. I want and have the man who's got that edge, and he uses it to make me feel like the queen of his world. Do not think that just being the nice guy is all you need. Nice alone does not light that fire. It makes you feel safe, sure, but not sexy. We don't want jerks who disrespect us, but we also don't want totally predictable, flat, zero tension guys. So my dudes, stop begging her to see how good you are. Show her that you have boundaries, direction, and real self-respect. That is sexy. Be kind because you choose to be kind, not because you're scared of losing her. And remember this, you're not losing to bad boys. You're losing to men who actually know their value and act like it and honor it. So stop shrinking yourself. Confidence, purpose, and drive. That is what creates the spark. Good men absolutely win when they show up as the full package, which is a bad boy that is good for his girl.
Oh,
Which
God.
one are you? And also, tell me your thoughts. I have a confession to make.
Okay, guys. Let's talk about this one.
It's mixed,
I
but
want Nick to
it really
comment first.
turned me off at the end when she started lecturing men.
Mhm.
I'm like, up go.
Yeah. And look, how do we know she is married to a simp? Because he cherishes her, he doesn't restrain her, and he can't hurt her feelings. She feels always excited, and yeah, it's
Okay. I look at this two ways. Number one, as with all women, she looks at it from the woman's standpoint. Everything is about, oh, he's so wonderful, and this is what I received from it, and it works so well. And then she's from her viewpoint, she's trying to advise other men based on how she feels. She's not really looking at it from a male standpoint. And so, if basically her message is do the things that encourage your woman to feel this way. And when you do it from that perspective, actually the male is serving the woman. So it's counterproductive.
Mm-hmm.
If, on the other hand, you say, men, just act this way and don't care how she does, but in response to the way you act, she's going to respond with these kind of feelings, then he's in charge and her feelings just follow his actions. This is the reason, number one, women can't really understand both sides. Men should never listen to a woman's advice as to how to treat women or how to attract women, because women only see it superficially from their point of view.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And something is always missing. She can say everything true. This is all true, and I'll grant her that. All true. And yet you're conveying the wrong information because there's something missing that is critical here.
Yeah. Well, I've seen her other videos where she was gassing her husband up. He might have some money, muscles, and game, and she doesn't behave like a restrained woman, in my opinion, and it's like yeah, you say all of these things. You want men to treat women in a certain way that gives you more power and dominance. And there were some other videos where she was actually saying to women that femininity is not weakness, it's a powerful strategy or something like that, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to find this video. Let me check. Okay. Let's see. But it's not the first time that I saw her talking about femininity as empowerment for women. This is how I know that she's not, she's married to a simp because she controls him. She allows him to lead where she wants to go. And then, yeah, while he's serving her, she's gassing him up publicly, giving him some credit, throwing him some bones, saying, see here. We don't know how she actually treats her husband behind social media, right? We only see a small snippet that she gives here. Okay, where was that video? Okay, not this one. I'm trying to find it, guys. Sorry.
Are you doing that? I'll be right back.
And then I'll just talk for a bit.
Yeah, we talk for a bit, Steve.
So I think it was Wednesday night. I texted something after our stream. Do unicorns exist? Yes. Can a man ever find a unicorn? No. Why is this? Well, guys, if you're looking for a woman and you're listening to women like the last one that's on here, oh my God, she's a unicorn. I should find a woman like that. And if I could just find a woman like that, I could be happy and everything would work out. They think she exists. No, she doesn't exist.
Well, now you understand why I didn't want to bring up that unicorn category.
Now, Elena is out there promoting this stuff and saying the right things. Oh, Elena, she's a unicorn. Yeah, Oh, if I had a woman like Elena or the last one, oh, my life would be so great because life would be easy because I got a woman who just understands. And you know what? It would be a peaceful existence. Bullshit. Plutarch is not here to say it, but Elena will agree with me. It takes a lot of effort for Plutarch to manage Elena.
It does, yeah.
And, is Elena a unicorn? Well, yeah. She didn't come this way. And she doesn't stay being a unicorn without a lot of work by her husband. He found the potential for a woman to be a unicorn. And then through his continued efforts and guidance and leadership, and dominion and all that stuff, and dominance and masculinity and all the traits, he can have that. But you cannot find a woman, a ready-made woman, and you cannot just put in the effort to find a fixer upper, fix her up, and then expect her to stay fixed up and content and easy to get along with. It doesn't work that way. And that's the fallacy
Yeah,
that
it is
a
the
lot of
fallacy.
Christian men deal with. I just need to find a good Christian woman, and then, it'll be so great. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
You
guys,
gotta, it's constant effort, management, and it takes way more energy than you ever want to put into it.
Yeah, good women, they need restraint. All women need restraint. The decent women, they don't mind it. They embrace it because they realize that they're not perfect. They need to be managed. Yeah, but all women need to be restrained. And I doubt this lady wants to be restrained because based on how she talks about her husband and her other content that I've watched, yeah, okay, let's watch this one. I found another one.
Okay.
What do high value men want? Okay, let's see her words of wisdom.
Here's what high value men want from a woman: accountability. In the same way you beg him to be more vulnerable with you, he wants you to be more responsible.
Why would she beg him to be more vulnerable? Well, okay, let's just.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap, exactly. Yeah, feel free to stop if you want to stop something because sometimes we, I feel like we might forget some points that we want to add.
Be vulnerable with their guy friends. Do not be vulnerable with your woman.
Yes.
She will get the ick. It will turn her off. No faster way to probably dry her up than doing that.
But why is she saying it? She wants her man to be vulnerable with her, and seeing this way she can use it against him. And she says it, assigning it to other women because she does it herself too.
I don't think she's that nefarious. I think women a lot of times just say crap and think it's a good idea because, hey, they're vulnerable with their girlfriends and he needs to be a friend to her. But it doesn't work that way with men. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not a devious plan. It's just her nature.
It is, yeah. I'm not saying she's bad. It's just like this is what we.
No, I'm not saying any woman is bad. But it's the nature of every woman to try and get her man to be vulnerable to gain power over her. It's every woman who does that. Every single one. So don't give her what she's asking for, because if you give her power over you, you lose and she loses, and she will lose respect for you, and then she will become dissatisfied, and it's just it's a big fucking game. It's a major shit test. Oh, I just want to find a sensitive man who shares his feelings with me. Don't do it. It's a shit test. If you do it, you lose, and maybe more importantly, she loses. And then she will make your life living hell if you show vulnerability to your woman.
Yeah, well, let's keep watching.
The same way that you would want him to open up and be emotional, he wants you to be more grounded and regulated. In the same way you want him to lead with strength, he wants you to follow without a damn fight every single time. In the same way you want him to hold space for your feelings, he wants you to own your emotions without making him pay for them, because a high quality man is not scared of your emotions. He's tired of the emotional chaos without any ownership. There's a difference. Show me a woman who takes full responsibility for what she creates in her life, and I'll show you a woman surrounded by quality, kind, protective men. Show me a woman who complains, blames, and believes men are the problem, and I will show you exactly why she keeps attracting the very thing that she hates.
Okay, a woman taking responsibility for her own actions.
Well, she kind of alludes to it. men around her life. I don't like how she said that, but usually it's like, okay, they got a brother, father figure. They're, disciplined and raised right by a father. So that, they're not as high maintenance as perhaps a woman raised without a father. They're used to having a sense of discipline around them. I get that, but you're still going to have to hold most women, you're still going to have to hold them to a standard.
Well, you hold them. Men hold women to a standard. She's not going to be responsible by herself. Look, if my husband wasn't imposing discipline, restraint, and calling my bullshit out, holding me accountable, women can't hold themselves accountable. And
But why can he do that to you?
I think she says
But why
indirectly
can
that women should be self-accountable.
Yeah,
you
she
didn't have
implies.
a father figure in your life? Do you think your husband would be able to hold you accountable and all that? I don't think
Of
so.
course not. Well, she doesn't give any credit to men, like with all of
No,
her.
no, that's the point. She says if women were accountable, it would result in manifesting the good men around you. If women first become accountable, they will be surrounded with men of the type she likes. So she sees herself as the source
of accountability for women.
of what? The source of the outcome. When no, she is not the source. It's the men who cause her to act in a certain way, and it's the men guiding her. And a man doesn't fall prey to your emotions. You don't really need to give a woman space for her emotions. She's going to feel whatever she feels, regardless whether you give her permission or give her space. It's just going to be there. It doesn't mean you should be dismissive, but it doesn't mean certainly doesn't mean you should let her emotions sway your decisions.
Yeah.
Because then you are like the oak tree. And the wind batters and blows in storms and whatnot. And you know what? The oak tree moves a little bit back and forth. Doesn't get uprooted. And it's just there. And then the storm passes and the sun comes out and that oak tree is still standing. Be that man.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep watching here.
Polarity isn't men versus women, okay? It's those two roles done right. And the moment you take yours seriously, you stop repeating the same story.
Okay. Polarity. They all refer to polarity. What is it even? Yeah. Okay.
All I know about polarity is when I open the hood on my car, I have a battery there. There's a black and there's a red. There's something about polarity there. And if I hook the red cable up to the minus side of the battery and the black cable up to the plus side of the car, I have the wrong polarity. And I'll fucking destroy my car and it won't work worth a shit. So it's really important to get the polarity right.
Well, but she says that you can do it if you do it the right way. I mean, in her way. Her way is the right way to do it, guys.
But you know what? From a woman's standpoint, this polarity thing, yeah, you need to get it right. But you need a little bit of positive in your negative. And you need a little bit of negative in your positive. So now instead of a 12-volt difference in, from the plus to minus, maybe it would be better to compromise on 6 volts.
Okay.
I'm talking gibberish here.
I know.
Nick is just laughing at it because it's complete gibberish.
Well, this is how I view this. Whenever they say polarity, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I mean, Well, and this is the psychology. It's psychology
TikTok.
today.
It's TikTok. Come on.
TikTok.
Just TikTok.
What?
They
All
do
you need
that.
is,
I mean,
ladies,
what do you
simple
expect?
language. Okay, simple language. All you need is restraint and discipline by your husband. That's it.
Simple language, Elena, man. You should
It
follow
gets
that
to the
advice.
core of
Good
the
advice.
problem. It gets to the core of the problem. It's like this polarity, energies. What kind of BS is that? And men who are buying it, guys, I'm just
So, Elena,
saying.
you did a really good thing with simple language at the introduction of this stream. Where remember I talked about you had this huge like point and all these descriptors and everything, and we took forever to go through it. Then you simplified it real quick in a video. That's the simple language we appreciate.
Okay, cool. I'll try to do more of that. But without
Okay.
a big dive into the topic, I have to understand and grasp the topic
How
in a
did
broad
she
way
get
than to narrow it down, you know?
How did she get there?
Exactly.
It was the process. She came up with this huge thing and all these points, and there's 3 categories. Okay, great.
Well, 4. Are you
That
now?
was too much
are you now,
information.
removing?
And then I asked her. I think there's a 4th category. Oh no, there's not.
But what did
Oh.
your husband do?
Okay.
No, I said, okay, Elena, which category are you? She thought she didn't like thinking this way, but okay, maybe there's a category 4. and then okay, that started the process of simplifying it down, and she did a phenomenal job by simplifying it to make it understandable in a short YouTube clip. But it was all her work. All of it was her work. She needed a little bit of teasing and ridicule and dominance by the men to kind of force her to distill it down, and then she got it, and it's great. But without the male influence, it would have been now it would have been a 9x9 matrix.
Yeah, probably. And you know what else is, guys? I'm always throwing a bigger concept on you to test the ideas, and then I can distill it down to, the main points. This is how my brain works. So, yeah. Sorry for you dealing with all of this stuff. Helping me
It's
to
just the
narrow it
nature
down.
of women. They
Mhm.
come up with these convoluted things,
Mhm.
and then the man comes in and says, way too complicated. He puts some restraints, some discipline, some
Mhm.
structure, and says, okay, bring it down, focus. And she
Yeah,
can do it
focus.
then.
It's
But
really
that's
hard
the
for women,
external
hard to focus.
force to get her to get to that point. Without that, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it would be a very long video. Was it like 30 minutes long? I actually did post when we were talking about this formula for multiple women, and it was like 36-minute long video to cover all of the details in those formulas. So yeah. Well, anyway, let's look at another one here. I have another one for you guys. My man works too much. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, let's watch here.
Most women complain that their man works too much, but for him, work isn't just money. It's his purpose. It's how he feels useful. It's where his focus and creativity and his drive comes alive. And for a high-performing man, work is therapy. It's growth. It's meaning. It's not something that he suffers through. It's what he's built for. And a lot of these men built their lives from literally nothing. And they learned early that if something needs to get handled, I handle it. So they become the rock, the provider, the one everybody depends on. And yes, he feels deeply, extremely deeply. He just doesn't dump his emotions onto the people that he loves, especially his woman. So what you call emotional distance is often just his protection. And it's not because he doesn't trust you. It's because he doesn't want to burden you. That's why men suffer in silence. His need for space is not rejection. It is his own form of being able to regulate himself. Some women take that solitude personally and assume it means that he doesn't care. No, that is so far from the truth. A high-performing man runs at full speed most of the time. Space is how he rests, it's how he breathes and reconnects with himself. So if he comes home and he's quiet, just let him be quiet. Don't drain the very fuel that makes him strong. If you want a man like this to feel loved, honor these 3 things: his purpose, his boundaries, and his need for solitude. Stop fighting the traits that make him who he is and watch how much more present he becomes with you. Most women complain.
Okay, this one is not too bad. I thought it would be worse. I actually didn't watch this one before. Okay, it just popped up. Let's remove it for a second. Solitude. The state of being alone. Okay. I'm trying to find the one where she was saying that her female, maybe it's on Twitter. Maybe I saw it on Twitter, because she does post a lot on Twitter. And okay. Oh, guys, you can talk while I'm looking for this video. I'm trying to find it about your feminine energy as a power and strategy. Oh, there is a lot on Twitter. Whew.
Yep. There's always more.
I know, it's like it's never ending. Never ending. It's like how much time they have, I'm amazed. It's like I can really, for me to do the shorts, even where I'm just talking, it takes a lot of time, and this is why I don't do a lot. Some days like I'm more active, but then the other days I'm just I don't post a lot of videos, and then she just like floods and boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, does she even have time to be at home, like with your husband? Oh, here you go. True feminine power. I found it, guys. I found it. Here you go. Okay, now I'll stop sharing this one and I'll share Twitter with you. Here you go. Yes, I watched that one. I remember this one. Okay, I'll have to probably refresh it so that it would start over. Okay, from the beginning.
Do you want power and influence in your relationship as a woman? Yeah, of course you do, right? Then you need to master the kind of feminine energy that makes a man rise, protect, and provide and lead without being asked. That's how you get what you want from your man without fighting him for it. And before you freak out about the word submission, please just listen. Submission is not weakness. It is strategy. It's emotional intelligence. And it's understanding how men are wired. A masculine man doesn't respond.
Okay. How do you make your man do what you want? Oh, don't get scared about submission. It's strategy.
Wow. Steve, it already gives me ideas.
You're not really being submission.
We can't hear you well, Steve. Sorry.
It's not really being submissive. It's not about that. It's pretending to be submissive. So it's really a power thing. And then by pretending to be submissive, you can have the power to make your man be the man that you want him to be. See, it's really simple. No, women seriously think this way. This is the TradCon LARP. This is truly, she has defined the TradCon LARP.
Yeah, she's a total neo-feminist. Yeah. And like, sadly, there's so many women like her. She's just an example. I have nothing personally against her. It's just, she's one of the popular ones. She pops up on my feed. People are sharing her content. In fact, this video was actually shared. Okay, this Christian life, whatever accounts. But I see many men on Twitter are sharing her videos. And yeah, we are just going to watch it.
To female competition. He avoids it like the plague. It disgusts him. He doesn't respond to attitude either. And he's definitely not going to respond if you try to control him. That's what makes him pull away. But a calm woman, a respectful woman, a woman who knows how to communicate without nagging or attacking. That woman, she doesn't need to demand anything. A man will naturally rise for her because he wants to. That's why some women can stay soft and completely change a man's behavior, while others scream, nag, and complain for years and get nothing. Your power isn't in being the loudest. It is not. Your power is in shaping the environment that your man thrives in. Men fight wars for peace. They work to preserve peace. They sacrifice themselves for peace. And every single time you scream at him, belittle him, or nag him, you destroy the peace that he has built in his whole life trying to protect. Your feminine energy is powerful, but it has to be regulated. Otherwise, you are going to be a storm instead of a calm breeze. So stop trying to act like a man. Lean into your softness with calmness and grace. That's when men lock in. That is when leadership rises, but not because you're forced to it, because you are inspired by it. And when you do that, you're not going to chase control. You'll already have it.
Yeah. Simple as.
Yeah, you need to really, you can really control, if you want to really control your husband, you have to pretend you're not controlling him. It's a strategy. And
it's a strategy for them. Yes.
She causes things to happen, and then it comes back to her. Instead of being just naturally receptive. Okay, the man gives the gift, she receives the gift. You can take it like in financial terms. He provides, she receives. You could do it sperm and egg. You could do it in the sexual act, giving the gift, receiving the gift. But she wants to give the gift in order to receive the gift she wants from him.
Double.
So she's the instigator of the action that she wants him to do. So it's really subtly, she's really in control by pretending not to be in control.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how she phrased it, but essentially, yeah, you give a little bit to your man. And look, they emphasize, oh, this is another point I wanted to bring up. Do you remember we started talking about RSVP, respect, sexual variety, peace, something that men want. Guys, I'm telling you, this is how they take it. They will take all of these things, they will spin it, and then they will say, like, she can be the source of respect. You just throw him a bone, right? What does it cost you? Just praise him. Like, she gives credit to her husband publicly on social media. Oh my gosh, a woman complimented her man. Wow, she's so base. She is such a desirable woman, right? And then okay, then you give him peace. They realize that men want peace, and then she says, men were fighting for peace, right? So women, you are, just be peaceful, right? Be the source of peace. Based on what we know from the red pill, are women even capable of that, being the source of peace for men without restraint? Of course not.
No, because back to what I was saying, women are not the source. They are not the source. The man is the source. Because that would be creating her own future instead of receiving. The source is the leader. That's where the power. resides
but
in
this
a
is why they are
comes from.
saying,
But
women,
she
you
thinks
be the
she wants
source.
to be the source.
No, Steve, she doesn't think she really believes that she is the source and everything comes from her. So if she is submissive, right, even if she fakes submission or whatever, she is the source of that. She's the source of peace. She's the source of respect for her man. He needs her. He can't survive without her feminine energy.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Women are never the
Mhm.
source. They always want to be think they're the source, but they're not the source.
Yeah. Nick, do you have anything to say to this one?
Nope, I'm good.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, this is the type of content that I see, you know? Yeah, the LARPing, ThreadCon LARP continues, guys, and we are going to see more of it. Yeah, just
Hey,
beware.
Elena, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Close this out in under 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, we are done here, guys. So let's wrap it up. If you have any thoughts and observations, if you like us to look into another female content creator, you can share your name in the comment section. I'll take a look, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll analyze their content. And we are pretty much done here. Whatever you see, be very careful. Watch the format of the videos and the content that they put out, and don't buy into this. We will see a lot more ThreadCon, LARPing, virtue signaling, neo-feminists.
Yeah, we have to try and bring our show lengths down to right around 2 hours, because there are not that many people who like long content. But when you see something 2 hours, oh yeah, okay, I can devote 2 hours. If it's 3 hours, they're gonna say, fuck, too much blather, I don't want to engage in that. So 2 hours or less is a sweet spot.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, and we'll try. Well, last time it was longer because we were talking about St. Valentine's and we talked about the formulas. And be careful. I want to show you the last picture today before we leave. And then I'll play the song for you, okay? So here, let me find this picture. It kind of describes the formula too in a nutshell. Here you go. Do you recognize Anita?
Yes. So the man says to her, "How may I serve you, my queen?" And what does she say?
Take care of me if you want to see our children. I deserve princess treatment.
And the knight is kneeling before Milady.
Yep. And she holds the Bible. Jesus is my boyfriend. See, she loves Jesus. It's like a circle. A man gives his resources, everything to her, but she loves Jesus. Guys, Jesus is my boyfriend is prevalent even with married women. I know you were saying that these are two different things. I honestly, don't quite agree because if women believe that like they have a better connection with Jesus, they love Jesus, they're going to disrespect their husband because they have the direct access to Jesus in their mind. It's bullshit, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, okay, let me play
threesome with Jesus.
That's
next Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. We're reviewing Aaron Clary's
what
book.
are you doing?
I don't want a threesome with Jesus.
Yes,
A
that's
threesome
Aaron
with
Clary's
Jesus.
new
Exactly.
book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're going to review it.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, guys.
It's not a takedown. It's actually going to be fairly positive. We're going to have some critique, but buy the book. And hey, you know what? If you can get a copy of the book before our Wednesday stream, I encourage you to do that.
Yeah, it's not a long book. It's only like 100 pages, right, Nick?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So you can read it before. Okay, let me play the final song and we are out of here. Okay, I adjusted the tune so we can listen to it, and here you go. Ruben, I've been thinking, said his wifey dear. Now that all is easy and nice, the girls are gonna looking for clouds. Mr. Ruben started winking and slowly rubbed his chin. He put his chair up close to mother and he asked her with a grin, how you gonna keep them in family after they fucked around? How you gonna keep them away from public prancing like horse to get more clout? How you gonna keep them away from harm? That's a mystery. They'll never want to be restrained and fucked by serving loyal husbands as it gets enough. How you gonna keep them in family after they fucked around? Ruben, you are correct, said his wifey dear. Once a woman, always a slut, and sluts are always fucking around. Mother Ruben, I am honest, and you know I'm right. But horse and children play mischief with a spineless imbecile. How you gonna keep them in family after they fucked around? How you gonna keep them away from public prancing like horse to get more clout? How you gonna keep them away from harm? That's a mystery. All women are like that, they are who they are. They'll change their mask to green and when they desire, but men with a frame will ignore what they say, and they will stay away. Here you go, guys.
Hey.
Okay.
This is the book we're going to review Wednesday at 7:45 Central, 5:45 Pacific. Yeah, you can do the other math for Mountain.
On the Resurgence of Sanity.
Yeah. Join the Resurgence of Sanity this Wednesday at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, remember to please like and subscribe, share this video with others, okay? And we'll see you all next time, guys. Take care, everyone, and enjoy your weekend. Bye.
We've really got it all, and you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena's shame of 3 or 4. Elenasbarre, Elenasbarre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.